Yeah. You just want your science. I'm not going to connect it. Okay. Welcome to our class. Today we'll continue looking at why are the traditional festivals important. Do you have traditional festivals important? That's slide 38. Why are they important? Festivals hold cultural, social, and spiritual significance. So let's look at one by one, looking at the cultural identity. The traditional festivals, they have the significance in cultural identity. They preserve or enforce community traditions. So all the traditional festivals that people do, they want to enforce their cultural identity, so that the little ones, they should continue doing the same things when they are grown up. So if they are not going to do the traditional festivals, then the little ones will not have access for information of their culture. So having activities or traditional festivals will give chance to the little ones, to the children, to continue with that culture in the future. So what about on social? When they are having the mteto wangoni, it happens in Nzimba. Are they only the Ngonis from Nzimba who participate in that mteto? You find that they also invite other Ngonis from Cheu or other tribes to go and participate on that event. In so doing, that means it is uniting communities, it is uniting people of different backgrounds because of that festival. What about the spiritual significance? In other cultures, they believe that that is the good time to communicate to their ancestors. So before they do the actual festival, they may have some prayers. They may prepare some food to share to their ancestors. They have that special occasions to share their grievances to their ancestors, or to say thank you to their ancestors. If they have good harvest, they can thank their ancestors. If they have some troubles or maybe outbreak of a certain disease, so they can ask their ancestors to help to remedy the diseases which their children or their people are encountered. So in so doing, they make sure that they have to honor their ancestors during that time. So it has got also a spiritual significance. Or even if they don't have enough lands, they can also pray, ask their ancestors to give them enough lands. So on cultural, in addition to enforcing cultural identity, festivals help preserve the culture heritage of Malawian communities. Celebrations reflect the unique tradition of different ethnic groups. Music and dance serves as a way to connect younger generation to their heritage. So because during the festivals they also play different music, so it connects the younger generation to their heritage. On uniting the community, festivals foster social unity, music and dance bring everyone together in a shared experience. So being that they play music, you find that people, they will demonstrate their traditional dances. In so doing, it unites people. They share their experiences on the different dances. So in so doing that, the people will be united as people are dancing. Encourages cooperation, joy, and celebration among community members. So apart from that, it also enhances the cooperation, the joy and celebration among community members. They will be able to share their experience. They will be able to show happiness because of the music that is shared on those particular events. You cannot go to these traditional festivals without music, then it's not going to be interesting at all. People get bored. So people are becoming attracted to go and see these musical festivals because of the music which is played there. So they are also saying that these traditional festivals, they play a great role as a teaching. It acts as a teaching to the children. Festivals are educational platforms. Do we agree? Festivals are educational platforms. Do we agree? In what way it acts as a educational platform?
We are there to educate people about morals, patience.
So you find that during these cultural festivals, people, our children will be able to learn on the social norms. You find when they are doing like for my culture, the Lomwes, when they're doing Mlako Alomwe, it's the platform that where they are by the adolescent stage, the adolescent youth, they are invited to go and get some counseling about the social norms, how they should stay in the community, how they should treat each other in the community, even the dressing, how should they dress. So you find that it's a social platform where children, they are learning the social norms of their culture and the cultural values. What is their cultural values? Even ladies, how should they dress? Men, how should they dress? So all those cultural values are learned during these festivals. And apart from that, it also teaches children about history. We find that during those events, there will be some people narrating the history of where these tribes came from. I don't know if them Teto Wangon, I think so, they also do that. They will narrate, there will be someone narrating where they came from. They came from South Africa. This is how they moved up to Nzimba, or they moved up to Ncheu. So even the Romans also, when they're doing their um, traditional festivals, the Mlako Alomwe, they also share this history to the little ones, to the children, to the community, to everybody who is attending this event, that they should know that the Lomwes, they also came from Mozambique, and there are many in Mozambique. Sometimes even they also invite people from the other countries to participate in their occasion. So they also teach children through songs and performances. You find not everyone will be able to dance properly. Eh? The dancing skills, they are not every child can be able to dance. But through that event, children will be able to learn how they can dance different traditional dances that are showcased on that particular day. So in so doing, that means in the future, these little ones can be also be able to practice the same dances because they are now familiar on how they can dance on those particular dances. So it's really act as the teaching platform to the children as well. Music and spirituality. Many festivals have religious or spiritual meanings. Music is used to honor the ancestors. Traditional songs and rituals guided spiritual ceremonies. So as I said earlier, that when they're doing this event, you find that they cannot just do that event without honoring their ancestors. So they will prepare food, they will say their prayers to their ancestors to ask for guidance on their event. Mutithandizire tufuna tekale ni mambo wakuti this is what we want you to help us. So they will say all those. Music as a central element in the traditional festivals. Is this true? Music is act as the center or the central element in the traditional festivals. Popanda nyimbo kungakakhale beba. Just imagine the way how they were doing the mulapo alum without music, without those traditional dances, it couldn't be nice at all. So you find that the music play a great role in these festivals. It guides rituals and ceremony, creates a joyful, energizing atmosphere. It encourages participation for everyone. Because of music, everyone will be able to participate. Because of music, it raises the energy of people who are participating on that event, not to get tired, to keep on watching, to keep on listening because of the music. So it will act as a central element of the event. Even the Gure Wankulu, without music, it can't be spicy, it can't be good at all. You find with the music which they play, the drums that they play a great role in making the event to be a joyful, at the same time raising the energy of people who are participating in those events. Even if they are not dancing, but just listening because of the song, people, they become motivated to keep on watching what is happening on that particular event. So music enhancing rituals, music guides and enhance important rituals used in welcoming guests, performing prayers, and marking key comments. So you find that as they are doing the festivals, you find that by welcome the guests, they will play music. If they have a guest on that particular event, you find that they will play music as the way of expressing welcome to the event. Nje mulendo abwera musamuyimbire nyimbo aona kuti you feel out of place. But these people, they didn't accept my coming here. But listen to the welcome songs, the person will feel welcomed at the event. Music energizing the festival. Music creates the festival mood. Drumming, chanting, and singing set the tone of the celebration. Instruments like drums and latos provide the rhythm. So as a way of energizing the people during the festival, we find that you are not just singing, but they can also incorporate with the music instruments. So some of the musical instruments that provide the energy to the people who are participating on the event is the drum and the rattles. Rattles are like the flute. So you remember when we were at the Chingaliri, we were only the students from the university and the dancers. But once they started playing those musical instruments, you find a lot of people from the community flocked to the Chingalire community center to come and see what is happening there. So in so doing, that means the drums played a great role because of their rhythm. They played a great role to invite people to come and see whatever is happening. But also, even the drums themselves, they provide energetic to people who were performing. Without those drums, I don't think so they could dance for almost 2 hours. They couldn't. Just dancing for 2 hours without the drum, it's impossible. So the drums, they keep energy to the dancers to dance for a long time because of the musical instrument that they were using on that particular day. So, and as well as they're saying, singing set the tone of the celebration. So as they are adding the music, it encourage people to continue participating on that event because of the music and the musical instruments. So there is music and traditional dances. They're saying music accompanies traditional dances. Rhythm of the drums dictates the movement of the dancers. If you could see how those people who are beating the drums, they are the ones who are setting the dancing style to the dancers. If the people who are playing the musical instruments, the drums, are not beating the drum appropriately, you find even the dancers can be disturbed in their dancing style. So they have to be cooperation among those people. So they're saying it plays a great role in music. The dancers and the musicians work in harmony to create a dynamic performances. They have to work. I remember Chingalire had to tell someone who was not beating the drum properly, then you are making a mistake. This is not supposed, the drum is not supposed to produce that sound that you're doing. So they have to be cooperation, they have to be a harmony between the ones who are dancing and the ones who are playing the musical instruments, so that the music that they want to create should be a fruitful music. So preserving history through music, songs are used to tell important stories. Is it true? Songs preserve history through music. So you find that lady at Shingaliri was sharing a history of how the girls, Chewa girls, they should behave in the community. So you find even the same music, they also played a certain music that um, stories of the past events, heroes, and cultural values are passed down. So there was a song that was shared, which was in the story, in the form of a story. You remember that song? Nsikana olipera kubira ku sukulu kifuka kyachani abamba ng'omwamowa awonkanika kulipira fizi amayo embegezera nanso akusobola olondisa lyomwe kifuka bambo ndama ngotani akungotera. So it was a story. But once upon a time there was a man who was not taking care of his family. He was failing to support his children education, supporting the wife. So even children were not educated because of his behavior. So they composed a song. So in that song, you find that they are sharing a story. So some songs are created to share the story of a certain event, of a certain cultural values that they have to demonstrate. Instead of saying it, but creating in a song, it carries more weight to the listeners. They also said that it can also present oral history through the songs. Everyone joins the music. Festivals are the community-wide events. Children, elders, and all community members take part in singing, dancing, or playing instruments. Is it true? If you can reflect the ngoni, they also teach the little ones when they are doing the dancing their ngoma. You find the children, they are put in front, the elders at the back, but they are all dancing. So in so doing, that means they are engaging everyone in their music, not only the elders. And even if you could see also the Murakwalo, where there are some dances for the youth, traditional dances for the youth, there were traditional dances for the elders. All that was created so that the children, they should be able to learn what the elders are doing, what the children are doing, so that they can preserve their culture. So it joins everyone. It's not an event that it's only the elders who will go and participate on that culture festival, but it attracts everyone in the community to go and participate. It gives that opportunity to everyone to participate. That's why you find that there are a lot of people who go and participate in those kind of events. Music as inclusive activity that everyone can participate in. So because of the music, you find that it includes everyone. Aliyense akagwedeza muntu basi. Ngakhale yes ali part of the dancers, but just listen to the music mina ndio wina kama pesa kuti nayeso wangu khala basi koma kutani agwedeza nawo muntu. So that means is everyone is able to join, everyone is able to participate in the dances or the music that is played on that particular event. Kupita kumalo kumene kosagwedeza muntu ndi kuti wadwalatu. Wabwino bwino. Even if atichingalire, some people did not participate. I don't know if it's shy. But with the traditional dances, there's no need to be shy. If you are going to be shy, how are you going to teach your children in the future about your traditional dances? That's why he told us, hey, before you join this, forget about yourself, because they know people, the skill of dancing or singing, people, everyone has that skill, but because of shyness, people cannot demonstrate their creativity in music. That's why they said, forget about yourself, just dance as if nobody is seeing you. All your senses should not be working. At the end is when you can come back to your normal senses, but dance as if nobody is not able to see you. So some people, they think that if for someone to dance like that, that means has to take alcoholic drink. It's not going to be like that. It shouldn't be like that. If you are happy, to show your happiness, you didn't think of kuti ndikamwekaiza kumadzolezesa ndiye ndikavina bwino. In a normal circumstance, you can dance. What it requires is for you to forget yourself. Osaona so wina akakundiona apo, you just dance. Show your skill. The boys, they refuse to dance, even the Ben. The Ben, they want the simple dances for men. They even refuse to dance. But we have to really engage ourselves. So it's good to be participating in this kind of festivals. Though sometimes maybe they take place, maybe the place where they are having the cultural festival is very far. You're looking at the transportation for one to move to one place to the other. I find that this is challenging, but you find in the other cultures, the people move from long distances to go, and they don't want to miss that event. They will make sure that, let me go. They will sacrifice their money to make sure that they go and participate in those events. So they are also saying that instruments of Malawian festivals, we also have our own instruments that are used in these festivals. Can you give some more examples of the Malawian instruments that are used in these traditional festivals? Yes. Drums. You find this almost every culture. They will use a drum. The Senas, the Lomwes, the Yaos, the Chewas, the Tumbukas, the Tongas, the Nkondes, they will use the drum. But what differs is the design and the sizes of the drum that they use. You find the Tongas, they only use one drum when you're dancing in Malipinga, but the size of the drum is very big. When you go to the Chivas, you find they are not using only one drum, they are using 3 or 4 drums, but of different sizes. So every culture, you find that they are using the drums as the musical instruments to be played on these festivals. Apart from that, they will use also the rattles. They will use the mbira. Do you know mbira? Mbira, it looks like, I have it, only that I forgotten it. What did Nabanga art and craft with you? Art and craft. The Kabin Nabanga music. Methods of teaching music with you. Art and craft. Okay. But the other group, Nabanga now music for preschool. Methods of teaching music. Ena mujizungu mbira, they called a thumb piano. Mwanamvabo? Thumb piano. It looks like this. Unachiona? Amapanga ba? And I have one. They use nails, ndikatabwa nkati muja, and you pluck the nails because of they are of different sizes, and they also produce different sounds. So this one is called a thumb piano in English. In Chichewa, it's called mbira. So the piano, the electronic piano, was generated because of this knowledge of the farm piano. So you find in other cultures they use this farm piano, especially the singers, the nyimbo, the type of their music. Here in the Central region, I know Mr. Javala Mangwere. He's the one who sing music using this musical instrument, the thumb piano. I have one. Each instrument plays a unique role in the festival music. So when they are bringing these musical instruments, each instrument plays a greater role. Some musical instruments they are there to create the rhythm, others they are there to create the melodic sounds. So they have different reasons to bring those different musical instruments on these festivals. So how can we teach um, festival music or traditional music to the preschoolers? Now, imagine that now you have now, you are working now with the preschool children, but you have to introduce, they have to learn about these traditional festivals. So how can we teach these little ones about these festivals? So you can start with a single drumming pattern. So you start with simple drumming patterns for children to follow. You cannot introduce more musical instruments. You start with a simple musical instruments. So the simple musical instruments for children to use the drums. So you start with simple patterns for children to follow. Then when you are introducing a song now, you are going to follow this methodology of singing, call and response. You are the one to read the music. You sing and the children, they should follow you. You sing, the children will follow you. That's the call and response method of teaching children music. Okay, then apart from that,
Produce traditional instruments.
so we can also introduce these traditional musical instruments in class activity. Like here, when I was working at Babino, we used to have every Thursday after break introducing the traditional musical instruments because by then the Bambino schools were hosting every year the cultural day. So on the cultural day, they wanted children from preschool up to secondary school to showcase their traditional dances. So even the nursery school was also participating. So we are maybe creating two dances for preschool only. The boys, we could select boys maybe to dance ingoma because ingoma was simple for the children to dance. And for the girls, we were trying to teach them chintali, the one of just shaking the body. So And even the traditional attires, we were asking the parents to buy for their children the traditional attires for those events. Like for the Ngonis, we were requesting the parents to buy the skin of animal so that the children they should wear the skin and the bow and arrow, chishango chija itamanya mwana chija akamavina ngomaja, they were supposed to carry that. While the girls were requesting the parents to buy the beads so that avali mukosi. Then we were painting them their faces, and they were using a cloth to hide here and another cloth at their waist. And even the teachers were dancing, we were dressing like them. So we were dancing together with them. One is beating the drum and us we were dancing. And parents were so excited to see how their children are performing, to find that a 5 years old from preschool is able to dance those traditional dances. So we shouldn't belittle them that they are young, they cannot dance. But we just need to create time. And the practice is not only for one day event, for one day practice, but you have to practice with them even for 3 months, creating a day in a week, practicing with them. By the time you are doing the event, you find that the children will be able to perform nicely. So zimangofunika nthawi ndithu wapasa nthawi yokwanira kuwaphunzitsa nje, find that they will be able to do it. But with this, it means also we need to expose ourselves to these traditional dances. If you are not familiar with these traditional dances, it will be hard for a teacher to teach the children these traditional dances. So tukuyenera kuti tiyambe kuphunzira, whether we join my groups ena akamapanga, or whether we will go and participate when they are doing these cultural festivals. This will help us so that we can also develop the skills on these traditional dances. Celebrating culture through music. I'm saying final thoughts on this important festival. Music, Malawian festival preserve culture, spirituality, and social unity. Music play a key role in celebrating and teaching this tradition. Encourage teachers to use festival music to connect children to their cultural roots. So if you see that you cannot manage to teach these little ones about these festivals, sometimes we can engage the children. You can have a trip, taking them where they're doing this cultural festival so that the children can be connected to their cultural roots. Like the way how they do at Chinkalile, they don't do only the Gule Wankuru dances, they do different dances. So if you can take the little ones to Chinkalile, then they'll be exposed to different traditional dances that are played at Chinkalile. So in so doing, that means we'll be able to connect to children's cultural roots. And remember, after that trip, there was a certain, our group was mixed with the weekend students who were doing art. And they are teaching in town, one of the schools. So after that trip, they had to prepare a trip to take the children for their school. They were almost 100 something. They had to go to Chingalile to see those traditional dances that they are doing there. And the parents paid and they contributed. They were charged to pay 150,000. They paid 150 for all the children to go and see. Not for one person, but for all. So they enjoyed and they were also engaged. They should try to dance the way how we did. They invited us to join them to dance. Even the students who went there, they were also invited to join them to dance. So in so doing, you find that you are trying to connect them to their cultural roots. So instead of you teaching them, they will learn from those people who are dancing there. So coming back to continue with that, it's not to be a challenge because they have seen the first-hand information, they have seen there, and they will be able to continue whatever you have, they have learned from that side. So it's really good to introduce children to these festivals. zo mafestivals ena wamachitikawa makajo festival ena koti mwina popeza kuti ankoni ndi mmene amapangire drinking beer. That's their culture. So ena makolo ena they don't believe kumwa mowa chani akapena makolo sakuyenera kumwa mowa kupe kuja kaona kuti anthu amamwa mowa. So it's also sensitive places to see so kuti ana akaphunzirako zotani. But if we are taking these little ones kwambiri, we need also to sieve the information kuti ana ati zimene tikufuna kuti apitirize kukaphunzira zikhale zitizo zabwino zokhazo zimene zofunikira kwambiri. So we also look at the traditional costumes, dress and costumes when they're doing the traditional festivals. Have we ever noticed about the dressing and the costumes when they're doing the traditional festivals? Let's start looking at the Ngonis. What is their dressing and costumes during their dances? They wear animal skin top of their body and even the lower of their body. They make sure that it's covered with animal skin. Why do they do this? They're saying the Ngonis are warriors. So they are not afraid of anyone. Even animals, dangerous animals which we think they can kill. So when they kill, they take the animal skin to show their power, that they are very strong, and use it in their traditional dances. And that symbol, chishango chimene amatenga chija, is a symbol of defensive, very good, because they are warriors. Atakhala kuti anthu akaponyera ma arrows, they'll be able to protect themselves because of it's not there. But on the coastal outline is the last point on the coastal outline about the costumes and dressing. So the same costumes and dressing in early childhood activities, especially in the context of music, art and drama, serves to enhance the learning experience, creativity and expression of children. So for example, the Ngonis, the cultural ethnic costumes, they will use the animal skin as their costumes. So some traditional, and these reflect traditional attire from different regions or communities, helping children to appreciate cultural diversity. For example, in Malawi, traditional chitenje or gule wankulu mask can be used to present local heritage. So you find the Chewas, they use the mask. Tobisa Nkobezija, that's their traditional dressing, their attire that they use, the costume that they are using when they're dancing Gure Wankuru. Because you cannot dance Gure Wankuru without a mask, then it's not going to be a Gure Wankuru. So another way of hiding their face is to not to show, to feel shy when they're dancing. Because you can dance, your relatives are there, they are looking at you. But with the mask, you can be able to dance. No one will not know good. I mean, and work. So they'll be free in their dancing because of the mask. There you always make sure with mask yaran. bisenkopi because ajama vale namangovala komwena kakava ntikoka kachani atakhautisa bisenkopi anthu mutha kumaka nena musewu mukakumana nawo taona akuchenaja eti nena mavinira amatera koma with the mask you just say kuti chilombo chinavina mande chimavina bwino basi you will not know kuti amavina kwambiri uja anali ndani muzangoti igula mino jende amavina bwanja amavina zithira pati zithira pomwepo. So you find kuti like the Kisamba women they will use chitenje, right? The traditional attire amasokesa men from awo wachitenje wakavina Kisamba chicha. You find in other cultures also they also use chitenje. They're saying that the traditional dances alone. You find kuti amavaa chitenje. Some people they wear beads, as part of their dressing. Akamavina magula ngrami, even the Ngonis they wear also the beads. In the South Africa they make sure the girls when they're dancing that and those kind of the breasts they shouldn't cover their breasts. Mabeda kale bantunda. Ango bisa bas the waist. Pokaba so men do say kale bantunda as they're dancing. So that's their dressing when they're dancing. Magula amene ajao. So they're also saying that these costumes, they're fantasy and character costumes, animal costumes, representing animals such as lions, birds, or frogs, often used to storytelling or animal themed activity. So some people, they are using animal skins to present a storytelling or animal themed activity. But with the Ngonis, they use the animal skin to show they are strong, they are warriors. That's why they use the animal skin. They are also saying that they can also use historical and folk characters, costumes portraying figures from history or folktale, king, queens, historical heroes. So our class would even when they are doing the installation of the chiefs, you find also the chiefs they have their own attire. Like the Ngonis, they have their own attire. My chiefs are kamapanga install. When you go to the Chewas, they also have their own attire. So some costumes they play a great role in law praying. For example, occupational costumes dress up as different professions like doctors, police officers, chefs, teachers, which encourage role playing and helping children understand various jobs. So you find at the nursery school sometimes you can have like next week if on Friday, when you come on Friday, you see that at the nursery it will be a career day. So you find next week Friday. So children will dress up different costumes based on what they want to do when they grow up. So this is also encouraged to do it at the nursery school or at the primary school. They also do that a career day. Seasonal or holiday costumes. So we have the Christmas costumes. What are these Christmas costumes? Santa wear. It's red and white. Color game color red and white. So that one is called a Santa wear. Okay. They also have the angel are common in Christmas themed praise or celebrations. So sometimes girls they can put on white clothes presenting angels. What about Easter costumes? Easter costumes, Himakhaudi bunny costumes. Let's look at the internet. So the Easter costumes, they look like this. Ayan. Look. Chimakangati chinyeramu omu kumutu kuchikangati ngati kachinyama kena kake. Those are the Easter costumes. So these are dressed during the Easter season. Ngamapanga celebrate Easter holiday ndi ana kunasale kuja, because every event that is happening in the country, you have to prepare some presentation with the children. So when it's Easter, make sure that they dress like this. Because like here at the nursery, you ask parents to buy my Easter egg, teachers prepare my Easter baskets. So on the last day, then you have to showcase what is about Easter, narrate the stories, what about talking about Easter. So all this. Then Christmas costumes. Let's see. Let's also go back to Christmas. So the Christmas costumes, they look like this. So even children can dress up the Christmas costumes. So there's green. They're also learning about colors when you're doing this festival. The costumes you find with Christmas is talk about green, red, white, yellow is there. So they will also learn. She's dressing as a Christmas tree. So we make sure that we do these celebrations with them. When you're celebrating, you also encourage children to dress those attires. We are doing a Christmas, though in other schools, you need also to be careful. Not all the schools will be doing these celebrations because of their beliefs. Especially my school, amene amabanga diru ndi amwenye. Because amwenye, they have their own beliefs. You cannot mention about other religions anyhow to their children. They are so strict. So you have also to make sure you have to know the audience which you are targeting. I remember there was a certain teacher who was sharing me, Madam, we said that we should teach a story to the children. But these schools of Mwenye, they are saying we shouldn't mention about God. There are other people that don't believe in God. So you have to be very careful. So when you are introducing these festivals, if the regulations or the rules of the school, they don't want to mention about any God or any manifestation of God, you should just abide. But you find like the school like Bambino, they are flexible. They can talk about any religion. They can talk about Christianity. They can talk about Islamic. They can talk about the Baha'i faith. They don't have problem because they know that they deal with children of different backgrounds. So they cannot just strictly or strictly just talking about one religion, but they talk all about other religions as well. So on the holidays here now, let's say maybe if you are going to the lake, what kind of costumes do you need to wear when you're going to the lake? So you tell them. They have to wear a swimming costume. What is the swimming costume? You show them the swimming costume so that they should know that there are other clothes that they are not just dressed anyhow. Others, they have a special occasions. Mpangavala swimming costume kumango enda musongati. People they'll think this one is mad. But if you are having a swimming costume and you're at the lake, people will be able to appreciate that. Oh, she's wearing this because she wants to swim. So they have to know. Then at Bango Guratu Zovas, Jessica Ziwa Bagaunji. Especially Zagaunji, Omongo, Janisangas, but you don't know Chovala and Chovalira. So there are also some costumes like theatrical costumes when you're doing the drama. They also have their own costumes based on what they are doing. Zaku theater. So drama plays costumes that present characters in a play, often used to preschool performances or skits. These can range from simple outfits to specific characters to more elaborate design depending on the play. So on the theater, you don't have a specific costume. This is the type of costume that you are going to do. It depends on the character that you are going to do. I remember there was a time my child when she was at the nursery school, they were presenting my different roles, my occupation that they want to do. Then children had to dress different attires based on that. And there was someone who was presenting that she's the president, Joyce Banda. So she dressed like the former president, Joyce Banda, with the headgear, with the national wear. And the other one was saying, want to be a president, she had to dress a decent, the tie, the jacket, decent shoes to present that this is the real president. So it depends on different characters that you want children to demonstrate. That also requires the different attire for that particular character. Yes, Benja.